Going once, going twice. Just kidding. We're actually already live. Hey, everyone. Hey, this is Jedediah Weller here, and we are all the team from Summon Worlds. We got Marcio. Hey, Marcio.
Hey guys, hi today.
We got Billy, Mr. Billy.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. We got the loudest woman in the world, Amy.
Hello.
And behind the scenes, you can't see her right now, but we also have Andrea. She's going to be helping on the marketing side and watching all the chat and everything for everyone. So, yeah, we're very happy to be here. We've been working all week on the Battle Rages event. This has been an absolutely fantastic event. The conversation in Discord has just been through the roof. So thank you everyone for participating. There's a lot of cool stuff that we want to talk about today, and we want to prep for tomorrow essentially. So tomorrow at what time is it? Is it 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Okay.
12.
I'm glad someone
12 Eastern.
12 Eastern. So tomorrow at 12 Eastern, we're going to have the first actual battle for the Battle Rages event. And we've been working on building this little like battle royale system. We have no idea if it's going to work. Absolutely no idea. We got Ricardo, Pablo, Guillermo, David. They're all working on it. Carlos, they're working on it right now as we speak. They might be pulling an all-nighter. We don't know. We're not sure. I hope they're alive. Actually, Billy, are they alive?
Last I heard, they are alive.
Okay, cool. All right, so the dev team's alive, but yeah, they're working really hard on it, and we're just going to pray. Worst case scenario, I'm going to bring a set of dice, and then we'll use old school dice if we need to. But besides that, we're going to try this little battle royale system. All right, so if you guys are tuning in and you have any questions or comments or just want to talk about something, let us know. Type it in the actual comments. We are also trying for the first time on TikTok Live. And I don't know if this stream is working on TikTok Live because we have this whole OBS system set up, and it's our first time doing that. So, yeah, if you're on TikTok Live and you're watching, please let us know if it's actually working, if you can hear us okay. For everyone on YouTube, please use the comment system just like we did last time, and that would be awesome. And, yeah, I don't know. Andrea, can you see the TikTok Live stuff to see if they're all good? Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And I also don't know if everyone can hear Andrea. So please let me know if you guys can hear Andrea, because I forget if I added that to the system correctly. Actually, I probably didn't, but let me know. Okay, so let's talk about the Battle Rages. So we've got a couple cool things here. So first things first, if you were not part of this before, I'll give you a quick recap of what the Battle Rages is. So this is an event on Summon Worlds where we basically put together this event where everyone could contribute their own summons, their own creations to this. And here's the premise. The eternal abyss was fractured, and the eternal darkness has slipped into the realm of light. Armies are forming and chaos reigns as the forces of good and evil spill out into the world to wage their eternal battles. Which side do you support? Come one, come all, and join the fight. Okay, so basically everyone had to either choose light or darkness for this event. And you could submit one character, you could submit multiple characters. If you submitted multiple, they would be part of a fire squad. Or a fire team or a squad. Yeah, fire squad, I guess, would be the combination of the two. And we would have the legendary characters being the champions. So that's what the event is. Did I miss anything, Marcio or Billy, about the event?
No? Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. And how many total did we have? How many total summons? Do we know the answer to that?
Yes, I'll tell you in 1 second. It's since I was the one checking the summons, we have 317 summons.
Okay, perfect. So 317. I got my own audio from the recording. All right, yeah, so 317 summons. That was epic. Thank you all. Really, really cool. And yeah, so we're going to go through and we're going to talk about the kind of like the battle format here. and we'll focus on 3 distinct different locations. So that's going to be the plan for today. We're going to kind of go over the setup. If we need to make any tweaks, now is the time. So everyone in the comments who's joining us live, please let us know. And yeah, besides that, it looks like we got a bunch of people in the comments already. We got BOP, Nemosia, AZ, Jordan Gray, Michael Barber, Von Scott. Hey, everyone. Hey. We got a lot of people. Oh, cool. Dual Star. BOP is Dual Star. Hey, Dual Star. Awesome. All right. So let's dive in. I think we wanted to talk about the Cavorn Shores. We have the Inn of the Holy Moon, and then we're the Brightstone Sky Fortress, and then we're going to leave off with Heroes Revival. So I guess Billy or Marcio, which one do we want to talk about first? Cavorn Shores and Holy?
I think we should kick off with Heroes Revival, since that's where the first battle is going to be taking place.
Okay. All right. Then let's do that. So I'm going to zoom right in here. All right. So what should we talk about for Heroes Revival?
I think first we should kick off, and I can let everyone know kind of what Heroes Revival is. So Heroes Revival started as an advanced technological laboratory that made the remarkable discovery of how to bring a fallen hero back to life. And through that amazing discovery, it continued to grow, and more people wanted to come and, bring their fallen champions back, or just come and watch that marvelous act take place. So over time, this fortress and this laboratory kind of grew to be like a capstone here in the lands, and now travelers from far and wide will all come here. But because of the magical power and ability that this place holds, it is an obvious target for the forces of darkness, and something that they need to eliminate or take possession of in order to even be able to win this war.
Yeah, I mean, it's strategic, right? If you can control the power of life, then clearly a important strategic landmark, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, cool. So what we've done here is, and you guys will see, is we created a little bit of a different format now. So we actually have fire teams. So we have fire teams and squads, and we're structuring them like this. So you can see, we've got like the fire team title or the legendary commander over here on the left-hand side. And then we've got the characters that are inside of it. So this is one fire team that's going to be fighting tomorrow. We've got Senza, Selena, Jarek, Pandemonium, and Nate. So those will be some of the warriors in tomorrow's battle. We also have the G.I. Joe reservists. I didn't see that one before. The short-lived G.I. Joe reservist TV cartoon with some weapons and vehicles from the Command & Conquer games. I guess we should do a legal disclaimer. All of these are community-created creations, and Sylvan Worlds makes no claim to anything that's on here. But this is very cool. All right, so we got the reservists. We have the Fenris organization, which is a clandestine collective of influential individuals, has been secretly orchestrating a grand scheme to establish a global government under a single political party. Shrouded in mystery, they employ proxy forces to carry out their covert operations. All right. And then we have Fenris. Fenris, a mysterious and enigmatic figure, has long been a thorn in the side of the G.I. Joe reservists. Born into a wealthy family, Fenris has always been drawn to power and influence that money could bring. However, his insatiable thirst for control and dominance soon consumed him. Is he a light guy, or is he supposed to be on the dark side?
His card was light, so he's on the light side now. He's here for the paycheck. he's here for the paycheck because he doesn't even like those G.I. Joe guys, but he's here for the paycheck.
All right, this sounds good.
he can be an anti-hero, just
yeah,
like that fool. He hates heroes, but I mean, at the end of the day, he has family and wants to protect his family. So
I like it. And then we have, we have the I don't know how to pronounce that. How do you guys think you should pronounce that?
Aglifa
fire team. All right, so we have the Aglifa fire team, which has Sergeant Jeremiah Holstead. We have Private Abelinda Bear Splitter, the cook. Wait, what's her thing? Private Avalinda Bearsplitter's path to the armies of light was paved with chance encounters and unwavering loyalty. Her green-tinted skin and fiery mane of red and black hair set her apart, but it took her fierce determination and unparalleled cooking skills that made her an indispensable member. Hey, you know, having a cook in an army is a really important thing.
Everybody's got to eat.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. All right. We got a scout and an assassin here. Private Alyssa Arundel. Arundel. You know, I wish someone taught me how to pronounce words because this is not going so well. And then we have Commander Janessa Aglypha Summerstead. Okay. All right. And then we have Corporal Hothram Poe, Battle Mage, and Cleric. Awesome. All right. So those are the forces of the light for tomorrow on Heroes Revival. And then who do we have down here? All right. So who we got down here, Billy?
Down here, we can kick off with Hendis and his prideful army, which includes the man himself, Severance, the shackled soul, Orbus, the unbound, Grook, the dumb, and it's not an army if you don't got a dumb orc. Warvana, the beast, which I have to say the artwork on her is really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in on that. Actually, it's great. I mean, look at that. She doesn't even have hands. She's got like these like deadly claws
type things. Yeah,
lobster arms.
yeah.
The lobster beast. We'll take her to Red Lobster later. Is Red Lobster still a thing, or did they go bankrupt?
I think they're still around.
Still
I
around?
haven't eaten there ever, but yeah, I think they're still around.
You haven't seen it.
All right, good. Just making sure because I used to love that chain and the bread. Oh my god, the bread was so good. Sorry, I divert.
And then we have Nerithus, the creator. I think that's how I'd say his name.
He looks cool too. Oh, Dark Elf Mage. You know, my first RPG character was in Lineage 2, and I played a Dark Elf Knight. Good times, man. Good times.
All right. Down here, ignore the giant summon name, and we're going to read the description and see that this is Groon. I don't know what he is, but he's got swords in his arms, so that's pretty badass.
That is badass. Amy, could you update the card here so we have his name? Thank you.
To the left of him, we have T, the Eloquent.
Awesome. Okay.
And then we have Symphony.
Okay, Symphony.
The fallen celestial vibe kind of going on.
And then we have a dragon.
We have a dragon, Drava, the prideful dragon. And then Aras, the sick, who is kind of dragonish.
Do you think they're related? Like, is Drava and this sick?
Yeah, I think Ares is like half alligator, half dragon.
Yeah, no wonder he's sick. You know,
So
he saw his parents going at it. He's like, "This ain't right."
That's why it turned dark.
Yeah, that's when it turned dark. Awesome. We got Alana.
And then we have Alana the Banshee.
Awesome. Okay, so that's Hendis's army. Now, is that army part of King Blacian?
No, these are separate forces that are just joining in the fight to take up Heroes Revival.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so then that sounds good. So then maybe we'll position these forces a little bit like here, right? Because if they have the main army is lining up, they would probably want to do some sort of like flanking maneuver a little bit, right? So
yeah, I agree. And I think now we have the heroes off to the right-hand side, but if this is the path in right here, maybe we station them right down here.
Yeah.
We should give that a shot. So we'll put this group. We'll put the squad with the most over here, and then the reserve to the right.
So Robot Tree Arm just said in the comments, I hope they use the clown nose. I'm just curious, so I'm just going to go see. Do we have the clown nose in here yet? clown nose. Did Robot? Did you what do you call it? Submit it in time for the event? Because if so, I want to make sure we get it.
It might just be clown and not the clown.
Oh, true. Clown. Let's see. Nope, I don't see it. All right. Well, we need to know what the clown nose is, so please send us a link to that. Okay. All right. So we've got these armies arrayed, and this will be the first battle for tomorrow in Heroes Revival. Now, let's just talk a little bit about kind of like the backstory and how these armies got here. I believe that the Dark Forces are coming up from Striomania Isles. Is that right?
Yeah, that's where one of the major rifts opened up, and where this cluster of forces set up. I think the major rifts we had came up from the Isles, and then the other major rift was over by the Divine Sun, and then the smaller rifts are kind of scattered about. So a large chunk of the forces came up from the Isles, and they're marching and sailing forward to kind of take the first key points.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. And you guys will notice online that we don't have all the summons down here yet, but we're going to be creating them. So essentially, imagine that all these, like the rifts opened, and all of a sudden the first armies and the first, devils and demons, they came through and they started wreaking havoc on the land. But not all of them came through at once, right? Some of these armies are still deciding where they want to enter into our world. And so that's why we see a bunch of them over here. We'll be adding them in strategic places, throughout this campaign. So if you don't see your character down here yet, don't worry. They will be coming down here. As long as it's up here, they will be moving down. But we're not going to tell everyone exactly where they're going to be coming in.
Yeah, remember our war is not fought in one battle. We have different battles throughout different places, and that's how you win the war. You have to conquer the strategic places.
Yep, exactly. All right, cool. So we've got people. Well, the enemy is essentially flowing in through these isles, and the first have both reached the shores. So they wanted, as Billy said, they wanted to really hit Heroes Revival first because of the power of resurrection. And in the meantime, we've got these other two groups have already hit the shores. This group over here with the False Emperor of Dark Energy, the Colossal Magna Mecha Godzilla, and Army of Light Shade Ronin. They are shorebound, and they are about to cross over this river, probably going towards the Draco Forest, but we don't quite know yet. Then over here, we've got this little mini army here with the Dream Sorceress, Akahimi Tepes, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Simone the Redeemer. They're all heading on a eastward bearing, to this little oasis. They're going to stop here, see if there's anything going on here, and then they're probably going to be moving over towards the Shattered Expanse to start mapping that out, for the Armies of Darkness here. So we can see that. I wish I had one of those like football announcer, like pens where you can just draw arrows here. But essentially, we got arrows coming out this way, straight up, and then this way. So we got some armies going out to the west, some going to the east, and then some going directly north for Heroes Revival. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns so far from the audience on what's going on over at Heroes Revival? All right, cool. All right, so now let's see. Where else do we want to take a look at? I guess maybe we should go over here to Bloodkeep, huh?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about what's going on over here.
Okay. Go for it, Billy.
Yeah, so the Bloodkeep was originally kind of being hunkered down by Alexander here, but the Forces of the Darkness decided to kind of use it as a temporary base for their scientists and their members that like to do experimentations and creating and altering their forces in different ways. So after they set up shop here, word got out to the forces of the light, and they can't have facilities set up like this that are going to let them genetically engineer the perfect weapon. So they're launching a counterattack with weapons of their own, different robotic forces from creators to kind of counteract and put an end to the generation that's happening here in the keep. Jedi, I don't know if we lost your sound. I can't hear you.
Oh, it looks like I accidentally hit that mute button. Thank you. You can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, that was a great explanation. And, and the reason that the Dark Forces chose this the Blood Keep and on specifically this island is because the Kavoran shores are known for the technological advancement. Like the inhabitants here, they've been doing just phenomenal job at creating new machinery, mechanizing different things. That's why we see some mech suits down here. And just really, they're known to be a home to like tinkerers and adventurers. So it was a strategic acquisition of the Dark Forces to take Blood Shadow Keep originally, and because they already have all the labs, think about it, they got all the equipment, they got all the labs, it's all happening right there, and so they forced the forces of light out. But as Billy said, they are making a comeback. They're gathering right now in the mountains, getting all their equipment together, getting all the people who survived together, and they're going to be doing a pretty big battle over there. So we will see. I also saw just a quick comment. I think it was Michael Barber had asked about or commented that he hopes the Dark Forces will prevail at Heroes Revival. So a cool thing about the way we're going to do this tomorrow is that we have no idea who's going to live or die in this battle system. It is completely up to the gods. So, I think I'm voting for the light, the force of the light, but it could be the force of the darkness win, and we'll have to,
Yeah, darkness prevails.
Darkness prevails. Darkness prevails. All right, awesome. So, we got the for everyone who just tuned in, it looks like we had some more people just join. Essentially, forces of darkness are really pouring out of Shrinovia Isles here. They're going north, and then once they hit north in the shore, they're splitting out, going east and west. Heroes Revival is one of the largest and most important, we call it like a landmarks right now to actually hit. But we also do have the main keep, the main force of the Force of the Light, the Bastion of the Umbra Dominion. It's heavily guarded, heavily defended. And so we can see here that the forces of darkness have been lining up their armies, starting to get ready to battle. But so far, both of the armies have not yet engaged besides small skirmishes. And the Bastion of the Umbra Dominion, they also have reinforced their eastern flank here, where they have this little valley pass. It's very, very hard to get through this section because not only are they reinforced and it's like the land is pretty narrow, they also have the Inn of the Holy Moon up here, which can put in reinforcements and which has a lot of people as part of it. So, well-defended spot. The Labyrinth of Terror is one of these rifts, but so far not a lot of characters have come through this. So, we'll see if that stays the same. Although we do have the evil baby pumpkin sitting over here and Abysma, if I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm pretty worried about the evil baby pumpkin, to be honest. I don't know about you, Marcio.
Yeah, like I told you, it's a trap. It's like, oh, that's a cute little baby, but once you want to go and hug the baby's gonna eat you. So that's why it's in the labyrinth, because a good labyrinth has good traps. I think you're muted, Jedi.
I was just saying that's true. That pumpkin looks way too happy. All right. Awesome. All right. We also, in the meantime, so not a lot has been done up on the coast of Braylon. We've got the Krethlar Forest over here. We have the Sundered Plain, the Emirnok Forest. And, so far, a lot of the battle and even like the knowledge of the battle really hasn't reached out here, because this just happened this week. The abyss kind of, shattered into the real world, and these key locations, are starting to see monsters come out. But really, a lot of the fighting and skirmishing is really focused around these two places. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over in the Sundered Plain and also in the Murnock Cliffs over the next couple weeks.
You went on mute again somehow?
Yeah. You keep hitting that mute button.
I keep clicking the wrong button, because it's a light either way. It's just I forget which light is the right light.
You see why you see why light it's not good. You see why darkness prevails.
Oh yeah, I see. All right, awesome. Oh, and it looks like Andrea just put up a survey on the live stream, a poll. So yeah, if you guys are on the live stream, please vote if you're on the light or dark side.
Oh, we'll have to see who favors who at the end.
Yeah, so far we're at 47% light, 53% light, darkness, but it's changing rapidly. So we will definitely see. All right, can you tell us about the Brightstone Sky Fortress?
Yeah, so the Brightstone Sky Fortress is one of those celestial fortresses that's home to a lot of different creations. The Celestials tend to call it home and, just reside there because it's so close from this mortal plane to the actual celestial realms. It's kind of that middle point for them, but it's also home to a lot of other individuals, those that don't have wings on their back and can't just fly up. There's transportation ships that come up and down so others can kind of come in and visit and make their lives there. But it is it's a sort of living quarters, but it's really just a stronghold for these warrior types to come and hone their skills and have a place to call home and be prepared in the event of these invasions.
So have they been an army that has helped out in the past?
If we take a look at the people that are currently stationed there, you'll see that this doesn't follow our normal approach where we have the squads and the firing teams. You'll see there's a lot of key individuals here, all that have kind of their own astonishing feats that they've achieved in their own ways. So it's really less of a squad that works in unison and more so just a group of individuals that are taking up arms to defend and protect what's theirs.
Interesting. I like the Iron Vulture. Awesome. All right, we got the Last Radiant Vanguard and Cold Dular. I'm pronouncing that right. Solakar. And yeah, all right, yeah. So it's very celestial beings. All right, awesome. Well, at least the Forces of the Light have air support. So sorry, Forces of Darkness, y'all are going down. Can't help you there. All right. And is there anything we need to talk about the Inscrutable Field or the Shrine of Peace? Or are they for later?
I can give. I don't think right now we have much outlined for the Inscrutable Field, but just to give a little bit of background for the Shrine of Peace, this is kind of. It's on the map for us all to see, but this isn't a well-known land. It's an isolated location protected by a very powerful spell that shrouds it and camouflages it from the mere eyes, and only the people that have the actual spell to activate it can kind of go inside. So it's a key place that holds a lot of power, but it's not something that everyone has knowledge of. So we'll have to see, who ends up going there for what purposes and what they seek to acquire from it.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good. By the way, for everyone who's watching, I apologize that I keep going on mute and coming off. If you hear me coughing, it's because I'm a little bit sick today. My son got me sick, but I love him regardless. So as Billy and Marcio and Amy know, I'm always sick these past couple months. All right, awesome. So, and then over here, we've got the Divine Sun, which we talked about a little bit before. This is essentially the headquarters of the Forces of Darkness. It's like the main rift. There are unknown amounts of armies over here, so we don't have a shroud yet. But just imagine that there's a shroud, of darkness here that's covering it. So no one really knows how many armies are over here, but no one from the light has been to this island and survived. I can tell you that.
Although, if you do look at the shore right by it, Jedi, Arthur Afterlife, a member of the Light apparently, who looks like he belongs on the Darkness, might be able to sneak in and get some valuable intel. Because if I was in the Darkness army and we crossed and walking down the same street, I wouldn't think he's out of place.
That's true. That is true. All right, maybe we can put him on a little reconnaissance mission. Awesome. And let me see. It looks like I guess we got. Did that character stop mooning everyone who was over here by Neff?
I think so. I don't know where he went, to be honest. I think he might have got canceled.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's too funny. All right, awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the setting of the stage. Okay, so tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern is when we're going to have this first battle, and we're going to focus on Heroes Revival. All right, and I guess I'll actually read it off for you guys. All right. Let me do the whole clear the throat thing. So the first clash erupts at Heroes Revival, a cutting-edge facility rumored to possess the unthinkable power to resurrect the fallen. Control of this stronghold could tip the scales of the entire war and the forces of darkness as we know it. Determined to claim this power, the Dark Army strikes first. Hendis and his prideful legion, bolstered by a wall of imp-foot soldiers and the iron will of King Blastian and his ruthless followers, march upon the facility with fury in their hearts. But they won't find it undefended. The forces of light stand ready, bracing for the storm. Here, amidst steel and shadow, the opening battle of the fractured realms will be decided. So that is the lead-in for tomorrow. So if you're watching, or even if you're watching after the fact, please tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your brother and sister, tell everyone you know that tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern, Heroes Revival will have the first battle in Summon Worlds, and it will be glorious, and someone will die.
You do not want to miss that battle tomorrow.
Yep, you do not. And who knows, if this goes well, maybe we even build something like this into the application. Who knows? Anything can happen. All right. So thank you all so much. Billy, Andrea, Marcio, Amy, thank you. Everyone online, thank you. We will see you guys all in the Discord channels, and we will also see you in the application. And we're also going to post on TikTok in a little bit from now. We're going to post a special video that we made to kind of get ready for the battle tomorrow and get a little excitement for it. So with that said, we will see you.
Sorry, Jedi, one thing just to clarify, the battle tomorrow is at 12 p.m. Eastern.
12 p.m. Eastern. Did I say the wrong time?
I don't think you said the time, but someone in chat asked, so I just wanted to be sure.
12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Let me make sure I have it on my calendar. Let's see. 12 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Okay, I do. And I've got a Cherry Blossom Festival afterwards. So we got to make sure that the combat, is righteous and glorious, and it's decisive, most importantly. All right. Thank you all so much. We will see everyone on Discord, and we will see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. for the Battle of Heroes Revival. Thank you.
Bye, guys.